Hello, my name is Caiden. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's been 4 months since I've uploaded, but you know, sometimes it'd be like that. Are we used to it at this point? Yes, we should be. So in today's video, I've had a lot of people request for like an androgynous styling video, and so that is what I'm going to deliver. I want to state a little disclaimer that androgynous fashion and how to look androgynous is very subjective, meaning that it can mean a million different things to like a million different people. So take this with a grain of salt, and also kind of take this with a grain of salt that this is like how I try to present, and so I obviously probably will have a different body shape to many of you, and to that I apologize that I can't cater to like every single body type and like everybody in general. I'm just here to give just some basic styling tips, teach you about layering, kind of teach you about just like how I balance my outfits, I guess, in a way. So I hope this is helpful in any sort of way, and let us get into the video. We're just gonna start off with the tops, I suppose. So as you can see, I wear ridiculously large sweaters. Like, so ridiculous that it kind of looks stupid, but it's what makes me feel comfortable. So if you need reference, I am that small, and this is the size of the sweater. So as you can see, I have a very feminine figure. So I mask that with larger tops, I suppose, because I guess this area gives me the most dysphoria and is kind of like the most telling part of my body, I suppose. I wear very form-fitted jeans because if I just drown myself out, it doesn't really look as well. So I do wear form-fitted jeans. They're not ridiculously, like, they're not skinny jeans because they are looser at the bottom. But what I normally do is take this like a ridiculous amount of sweater and just like tuck it in. That is like the main part of my fashions. Everything I wear is tucked in. So then I'll just like take some of that out and see that it kind of is chunky on top and form-fitting at the bottom. And that is normally how I wear my clothing, just because I feel like it gives me an even balance of like more masculine. So my shoulders are very broad. I wear a binder for my flat chest, and I hide my curves, but then you still get that I have thighs and I still have like form to me here. So I feel like it's simple to get like that easy balance of form-fitting and also loose. So whether that is you're wearing something tighter on top and then looser on bottom, I'll show you an example of that personally that I like to wear. Or if it is like what I normally wear, which is loose on top and tight on the bottom. Simply this would just be something I would wear just like out of the house, go to Target or something. Shoe-wise, you'll normally see me wearing some sort of dad tennis shoes, so these are ones that I wear fairly often. I just like the way they are chunky and stuff like that, and they relatively just go well with a pair of jeans and a sweater. It's super simple, super easy. Or you'll see me wearing a pair of like Doc Martens that have been thrifted because oof, those things are a bitch to break in. How I layer. So one of my favorite layering techniques is using like just like a turtleneck. Any kind of turtleneck. I have a million colors of turtlenecks, and I'm pretty sure you've seen on my Instagram a million colors of turtlenecks. But my favorite thing is to layer a turtleneck under any like specific piece of clothing. So I'll give you some examples. If it's freaking cold out, I'm gonna take another sweater and put it on top of this sweater. It's super important to pick colors that kind of go together. So I like putting greens with like browns. I think it just gives that nice look, you know? Makes me look classy, makes me look educated. But it also, once again, is that bulky thing that will hide my body beneath it, which is a big part of how I like find things that I like to wear. It also does keep me very warm, which is what I prefer because it's very cold here. But if I'm wearing the same pants I was wearing before. These are my favorite pair of pants. They do wonders for me. they fit very well. So once again, I would just tuck this in just fine, and it would just look like that. And boom, the fit. Throw on some cute glasses, put on some dad tennis shoes, and like boom, like you're fine, you know? I feel like it's really hard to find your sense of style. So with me, I label my style as alt grandparent look, you know? I kind of dress like an old person because you do see me wearing a ton of like knitted sweaters and turtlenecks, which I guess could be viewed as old person aesthetic. Which personally, I don't mind at all because I like wearing stuff like this because I just feel nice, you know? But I can get a little more on the alt side, I guess. I don't really know all the subcultures and stuff like that. Cat just jumped down. But stuff like this is normally what you'll see me wearing, is a lot of layering. So I'll show you more layering if you, this is too much sweater for you. My favorite layering techniques is just getting a basically solid long sleeve t-shirt. I own a couple black ones. This is one I use for layering often. I don't really wear it on its own, but it does have a cute little rose on it. But I like it because of like the long sleeves and stuff like that. Normally with black undershirts, I will go with a white overshirt to kind of, I don't know, contrast, and it kind of goes together. It just adds a lot to your normal t-shirt. It kind of, once again, gives you that look. It spices it up, also keeps you more warm if you do live in colder regions. And personally, it just makes me feel a lot more comfortable. It also makes me feel like Killua from Hunter x Hunter, which is always a plus in my opinion. But once again, I'm still wearing the same pair of pants. I would just keep like a solid pair of pants, just get a solid pair of just like plain denim like jeans, and like that can be the base of your entire wardrobe basically. Because personally, I find fashion and like layering and stuff like that the key to more androgynous fashions. I don't feel like you need to worry about pants as much. Like boom, you gotta fit, and it just looks a little more put together if you were just wearing a plain t-shirt. Under your t-shirt will just add a little more spice to it, while also kind of being the more loose top piece, and then kind of contrasting the tightness of the pants. I'm gonna show you another alternative which I like to wear that doesn't involve, okay, it still involves layering, but it doesn't involve putting a shirt on top of a shirt, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people understand that. I put on one of my like 3 crop tops. I have a plain, like the plain white one. I have a plain black one that I often wear in the summertime because, you know, you kind of need it. You kind of need it. Is it a nipple? No. Okay, there's a stain here that looks like a nipple. It's not. This binder does not show that. Okay, anyways. So, as you can see, I'm wearing tight top, tight bottoms. Easy way to just kind of like gender fuck it out. Does that make sense? Throwing on an oversized flannel. I've got many of these. I've got one in brown. I've got this one. I've got a more red one. Flannels are your friends. I feel like just throwing this on kind of just tones it down a little bit. Keeps it nice and loose and flowy, and kind of also hides the hips. So I love throwing on flannels. This concludes my winter or colder months. I will show you how I dress in the warmer months, which is, it's pretty similar. It's just I'm wearing shorts basically. My camera down a little bit so you can see that I'm indeed wearing shorts. These are one of my favorite pair of shorts, just simply because they're like booty shorts. They're covering and they're still loose on the sides, kind of like, honestly, little boy shorts that kind of give me the vibe, but they're very high-waisted and cinched here, but they are still relatively giving me that oh, and I'm still wearing a crop top because this could just be a fit on its own. Honestly, I'd be absolutely comfortable going out like this, simply because like the binder is doing me a justice, and this is kind of covering the hip part, even though it's still more visible. But if you thought the layering was over just because it's summer, you're incorrect. And I need you to not judge me for it being wrinkled as fuck. It's wrinkled as fuck. It's been sitting at the bottom of my wardrobe because it's fall and winter almost. But another thing you can do is simply just get like button-up shirts and like wear them over the shirt you could possibly wearing. Or you can simply tie it like this, button it up a little bit if you would like. But this is another kind of looser fit thing that I like to throw over outfits like this because it just makes me feel a little more comfortable, you know? Because if I am still wearing like a tighter top, then I would like to have a looser overhang that is still going to keep me a little cool because it would be warm out, you know? I'll show you another pair of shorts and another like easier fit, you know, with a shirt I've already worn because I know not a lot of people have like a million things in their wardrobe. I honestly do need to go through mine again, so expect some things on Depop eventually if you'd like. Here's another pair of shorts. This is like my first like amazing pair of shorts. They fit very loose because they are ridiculously large. But something like this I love to wear, honestly, because I can simply just throw on a belt and they'll look like this, which is the shape I like to look for with shorts. So normally when I'm putting on clothing, I will tuck my shirt in first. And then simply grab my handy dandy belt. This little motherfucker that I wear every single day. And then just simply call this my lifesaver when it comes to pants that are too big. But I still love to wear anyways because you just crank that fucker up. It's also why I like this belt because I can make it as small as I'd like because of the things. And then just simply kind of fuck with it. And then boom, you got another summer fit. I also do love like wearing fishnets underneath my shorts. Honestly, don't feel like untangling them right now. Last time I wore them, I was not as nice with them. But throwing fishnets under something like this is always a vibe. Also, I do add wallet chains to a lot of my outfits. I just, for time's sake, I don't feel like adding them right now. But once again, just like a looser t-shirt and looser shorts is how I kind of like to play it safe. In summer months, you know, because it kind of just makes me look like a little boy, basically. I look 12. I look like I'm about to go to fucking, like, recess. And with these looser shirts, since I do have a smaller chest, I don't wear my binder as often in summer because I'm sweaty and gross and I don't want to get sweaty and gross in my binder, you know? No, I did not just throw on my sweater over the shirt I was just wearing. You do not see that. So I'm gonna go over like basic, like staple clothing items that could like potentially fit in, and also where I shop because I know that's a common question. Taking clothing on and off really just took away the volume in my hair as well. Love that. We will start with the basics of things you should look for in your wardrobe. I would get a white and black long sleeve t-shirt you can layer under t-shirts. Get some basic color t-shirts. Get like a black t-shirt, get a white t-shirt, and just some other colors that you might like, or some band t-shirts or anything like that that like fits to you, or get some just like cool graphic tees that you can put on over those black and white long sleeve t-shirts. Get some colored turtlenecks that you can wear under your more hefty sweaters. So like under this I would wear like my white turtleneck. So I would get a white and black turtleneck, maybe even a brown, to wear under more muted colors, or like even a red if you would like to wear it under like a black sweater or shirt. Get a good ass pair of jeans. You don't need to spend millions of dollars to get a good pair of jeans. The good pair of jeans I got were like $13. I would also get a good pair of like black denim jeans, you know? And go search for some like more looser fitting shorts. Don't get some booty shorts if you don't like your thighs or hips or something like that, you know? Also, just play around with things you already have in your wardrobe. Try layering jackets you might already have over shirts you might already have. Like, you don't need to go out and spend thousands of dollars on a new wardrobe, because I know that's not attainable for everybody, and you don't need to buy an entire new wardrobe this week, you know? You can slowly work your way up to a new wardrobe, getting like a new piece or like a new shirt every like 1 or 3 weeks, you know? Like, I swear to you that most of my clothing costed under like $10. And I'll tell you how. I'll tell you why. So, places I like to shop, you will always see my ass in some sort of thrift store. I'm cheap as fuck. I don't want to spend $30 on a basic t-shirt. Like, it's not my type of vibe, you know? This sweater, which is super cute, it says not all witches are from Salem, costed like $1. Fucking go to rummage sales, go to estate sales. You can get a lot of like good sweaters. The one you saw me wearing, like the maroon one, this bitch costed $1 at an estate sale, you know? So like go up on your little interwebs and see if there's any local thrift stores by you. Even like Goodwill. I know a lot of people are bad about it, you know, because of like their worth ethic and stuff like that. But like if you're on a budget, thrifting and like going to those stores are your most like sustainable option. Because personally, I don't like to buy brand new clothing. 1, because of the price, 2, because of like the environmental impact. So I know like there's a lot of choices on like Shein and Amazon, and like I'm not gonna shame anybody who goes and gets like a sweater because they're like, oh, I like it, and be like, you know, that's really bad for the environment. Because I know $1 million, like people can't spend like thousands of dollars on like a sustainable piece because that's just not like attainable for everybody. So having thrifting options and estate sales and rummage sales are always a good way to get clothing items for a cheaper price, you know? You just gotta look a little harder. I did get that one t-shirt that you saw with the skeletons on it that was given to me by a brand. Their name is Change on Instagram. I'll put the little handle there. They do have like their clothing is sustainable and they're a really good brand. I really like their messages that they send on Instagram. My only problem is the prices, and I know that since I do have an Instagram following, I do have those unfair opportunities of clothing being sent to me because I have a larger following and I have all of that to thank to you guys. So if you do have a little bit more of a budget and you do like want to have a really good t-shirt that you can wear like a million times, I would totally send you guys to their brand. I would hesitate to recommend like Shein and Wish and stuff like that and Amazon, just simply because of like the fast fashion craze and like the way that they handle their stuff. But if you do want to go get some like chains and stuff from there, the world isn't gonna end. And I know that some people on the internet really fucking hate that, but in the end of the day, it is a more cheap, like, it's just not like it's more of an affordable thing, you know? Because I know from personal experience, I do not have $1 million. Like, you know, my family is just like a regular middle class family who come from experience when it comes to like shopping affordably, because we're balling on a budget here. Budget. And I know that from my own personal experience, I am AFAB, so my concerns and my problem areas are very different from an NB or someone who wants to present as androgynous that is AMAB. I really, really would love to see more AMAB NBs like making content that could help people. I can't like find any. So when people come to me, since I know that I'm very privileged to be AFAB and that there's a lot of representation for me that, you know, like the sparse reputation that we do get is normally AFAB, which I wish I could speak more on AMAB experiences, but I can really only speak to my own experiences being the way that I was born and stuff. So I'm sorry if all of my content is very heavily AFAB, like lenient, but that's just because I have my own personal experiences and that's why I can speak on the most confidently. So I would love to see more AMAB creators and I would love to give you guys more advice, but I simply just don't know what we experience things differently still, obviously. And yeah, I really do think that like the whole keeping one side, like a tight shirt and then like wearing looser pants always helps, or looser thing and tighter pants, and not doing loose and loose or tight and tight. Personally, that's just something I found that has worked better for me. And also, I do think that you could easily wear the same thing I do and still look just as androgynous. It would just simply just be kind of like reversing the rules, I suppose. So you know how like people that are AFAB tend to like have longer hair, cut that shit off. People that are AMAB tend to have short hair, grow it out a little bit. You personally do my makeup a lot more masculine, play around with more feminine makeup. Just kind of like try to find the balance. And I don't know if that makes any sense or if it's helpful in any way, but that's really kind of the advice that I got, you know? And if you do know any AMAB creators, I would love to hear them in the comments or DM me their @ or something like that, so I can send some of them their way. So I can still try to help out as much as I possibly can. I hope this video was helpful to someone in some sort of way. I know that I'm really bad at explaining things, and the way I dress is just kind of plain and boring, I guess. And I don't really get really fancy with like, I know some people like layering skirts and they like wearing like big sweaters with long skirts, which is always a good thing, but I personally don't like wearing skirts and stuff like that often. Video, if you found this helpful anyway, dislike it if you hate me, do not care. Comment any AMAB creators or anything you'd like to see from me, because I know I don't upload that often. That's more of like just a lack of motivation, and moreover just a lack of content ideas. So stuff like that. And subscribe if you want to see monthly videos or 4-monthly videos, bi-monthly. Really just depends on how I'm feeling, and I really apologize to everyone who actually kind of maybe likes my content, that would like to see me upload more, but I just don't. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.